Much more, and we'll bring it to you when we get it. Let's turn to this now. This morning, Montgomery's mayor says justice will be served, and Alabama police say more charges could be coming after that riverfront brawl in Montgomery over the weekend. We now know 3 men have been charged with assault, all of them white men who were on the pontoon boat blocking the dock. How this began. They're accused of attacking a black riverboat co-captain. Police say the brawl started when Damian Pickett, you see him in the white shirt, maybe you don't because it's a melee there now, spent up to 45 minutes trying to peacefully, in the police chief's view, get the men to move their boat so the riverboat could dock that had a lot of people on board. One of those men charged now is Richard Roberts. He is now facing 3 counts of third-degree assault. Joining us right now for more on this is Montgomery City Councilwoman Marche Johnson. She represents the district where this brawl happened. Councilwoman, thank you so much for coming in. Police say more arrests are highly likely, I think is how the police chief said it last night. What more do you hear could be coming?
Yes, we do know that we have 2 more outstanding warrants for other individuals. There were several addresses listed for those men. So we know that they'll be turning themselves in, which should have happened last night, and they will be transported from the Selma Police Department to Montgomery.
Do you think more people are going to face charges, or do you think these 3 are going to be the extent of it?
I believe these 3 will be the extent of it because this was the onset of that brawl. Everyone else that got into that altercation and that incident was going in as a protective measure and as a defense measure for the co-captain that was attacked that day.
Police chief said that they looked at possible hate crimes here, but he says that the evidence did not meet the criteria. Councilwoman, what do you see in the video, and what have you heard from folks in the community? Do you think race was a factor here? Do you see this differently?
Kate, that's an awesome question, and I'm glad you asked. As we know, Montgomery is the cradle of the Confederacy, the birthplace of the Civil Rights Movement, so race issues are not new to us. And it's very coincidental how that happened and where that incident happened. The community is in an uproar. And I think that a lot of feelings and emotions came out of this incident on where we've came so far in the country, because as we know that those onsetters of this incident were from Selma and other small rural towns in Alabama and not from Montgomery. Because in Montgomery, we have built a culture. We've been actively engaged in building a culture of moving forward and reconciliation of our past. And with EJI, which the Equal Justice Initiative here, we have a lot of visitors. And as the representative of that district, we have tourism on an all-time high. We're like the 2nd highest visited location when it comes to reconciliation and the civil rights movement and all those things therefore and thereafter. And right now, the community, when I say we've had so much support from across the country, even internationally, on what can be done next. The feelings and emotions are high now because of the history of Montgomery and where we stand. We're fertile ground for reconciliation, right? But right now, what I see is a country coming together from all walks of life to want to know what can we do next? How can we resolve this? How can we come together as communities on 2 separate aisles and really, truly resolve the past and move forward to the future? So we're getting in people that want to do charity fest and they want to do something in defense of the gentleman that was attacked so brutally and for no unforeseen reason, truly. And then we have community members that are ready to set up safe spaces to truly have conversations and those tough conversations on race. So I think now, as we look forward from what happened this past weekend, we're going to look at the solutions that we can bring to the community, what we can do for that dock so that incident won't happen again, because what we heard from the captain was that this wasn't new for them dealing with those pontoon boat owners. So that's
on that point, Councilwoman, just real quick, have you had a chance to speak with Damian Pickett, that co-captain who was attacked?
No, ma'am, I have not. But we have been in contact with the family, as my team has, and he is doing well, but I do know that there is some emotional charge. They're still settling, and he's going to have to resolve it. And I do hope and pray that some counseling does come in, and as the community and as a representative of that community, I will do what I can to help to assist, because he also is a city employee.
Yeah, it will be good to hear. It will be good to hear from him whenever he does feel up to it. Councilwoman Marche Johnson, thank you for coming in. John?